Great. Hi guys, it's time for our second virtue and saint of the week. So this week we're going to talk about Temperance and St. Carlo Acutis. So our agenda for this week is we're going to talk about what is temperance, who is St. Carlo Acutis, how does she show temperance, and how can we practice temperance in our lives. So what is temperance? Well, temperance is the moderation of goods. It's recognizing that even when things are good, they're not always good in excess. Much like how chocolate is a good, right? But too much of it can make your stomach hurt. And so it's important to recognize that we shouldn't have an excess of things all the time. Much like Edmund and his Turkish delights, right? Turkish delights are good, but Turkish delights in excess are probably not that good for you, right? Especially when they come at the cost of other people. So that's important too. Like, it's not just about in excess, is that it's, is it at the cost of other good things that are more important? So we're going to talk about St. Carlo Acutis. Who was St. Carlo Acutis, you may ask? Maybe you know who he is, maybe you don't. Let's talk about him. St. Carlo Acutis was a young teenage boy who grew up in Assisi, Italy. He was canonized a saint earlier this year. So September 7th, he was canonized a saint. And then his feast day is October 12th. He died when he was 15 years old from leukemia, and he died in 2006. Crazy, right? He was a teenager when he died, which is crazy, and he's a saint. Less than 20 years later. That's crazy, guys. It's really, really cool. So, who was he? Well, he was known for his devotion to the Eucharist. He had a website that he used to promote his devotion of the Catholic faith and the Eucharist. It's a website with a bunch of different articles and stories of Eucharistic miracles. It's really interesting. And he was known as the first millennial saint. So how does he show temperance? Well, he showed temperance. Well, one of the things he was particularly known for is that he liked video games. You guys, I'm sure, probably like video games, or games to play, right? So imagine yourself in like his shoes, right? Like, he also liked video games. So this is a way you can relate to him. And as such, he tempered himself to an hour of video games a week. Crazy. Could you imagine playing video games for just a week? And it wasn't because he didn't love to play video games. He recognized that it was better for himself to play video games less so he could spend more time with his family, his friends, and with the Lord. And so, like, playing video games is good, right? But, like, too much playing video games takes at the cost of spending time with other people, spending time with the Lord, right? And so he showed temperance by only playing for an hour a week. Now, am I asking you guys to do this? Absolutely not. That's hardcore. But think about the ways that you guys could be practicing temperance. So, what are ways that we could practice temperance? Well, we practice it every Lent and Advent, right? We fast from the goods of this world. So, think about that. Maybe like giving up sweets, or restricting the amount of time that we're on our electronics, right? And so we spend less time playing video games, being on our phones, scrolling on Instagram, and spending more of that time in prayer and with others. Okay? And your assignment this week is to do a discussion board post. You were to go onto the website from Carlo Acutis, pick one Eucharistic miracle, and then write like 100 words, describe it. Where was it? What happened? What was interesting about it? That seems easy enough. And then I want you to respond to 2 peers. What did you find interesting? What about theirs? What questions do you have? Maybe they didn't, fully explain it. Like, what, maybe compare and contrast the ways that yours is similar but also different to that other Eucharistic miracle. Okay,